Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so the Hilux was working and driving, and we decided to take it out camping to do a bit of hiking out at Mount Barney, where a friend of ours lives. So we got to hang out on their property for a bit, which was good fun. Took our friend Pat, and yeah, got up to some regular old shenanigans as we do. Just pretty much swags and some hot wings around the fire, which was somewhat regrettable, but it was a really nice evening. Just, you know, reconnecting with nature and all that other good stuff I guess you do in Australia. But the festivities couldn't last forever, and the next day we had to hike that mountain, Mount Barney. Now, in hindsight, we should have done it on the day we arrived, but we planned to do it the day after, but it just so happened to be the day that a storm hit. So, you know, the start of the hike was nice, and we were very unprepared, as you can see, but on the way up it was pretty enjoyable, nice views, a couple of spots to hang out at, great photo opportunities. But then the further up the mountain we got, the worse it got, until we were pretty much in the eye of a fairly decent sized storm as we summited the mountain. So we got to the point where we couldn't feel our hands, all the sweat that had dried in our hair was washing through our eyes, but with the mud on our hands we couldn't wipe it off, and it was just a little bit ridiculous. Yeah. So as you can see, we got a shot at the top of the mountain, and then of course a shot when we made it back down the mountain. Anyway, so that was back to the regularly scheduled programming then. So as you can see, we threw a couple of rock lights underneath the old Hilux just because they're a great added bonus. They end up coming back to haunt us in a very strange way later, but I won't allude to that too much. Once we got all our rock lights working, we continued to follow through with one of Luke's ideas, which was to modify the suspension further. So what his idea is essentially kind of like a pair of mini panhard rods for the tops of the springs, so that when the body, kind of like when the spring comes away from the body, or the body goes away from the spring will relocate itself back into its home when it comes back down to reconnect. So all of this work was pretty much just Luke doing it because it's all in his head, and I don't know enough about four-wheel drive suspension. But you can see that these are the spring seats on the chassis, and they got some locating pins. That's where the panhards will mount essentially, and then that's the tops of the springs with the little bracket that he built. So you can see that they locate in there nicely, and in theory it works really well. And we've got some you know, hold downs at the bottom there. You're off a Navara or something, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing assembled, as you can see there, and it yeah, came together quite nicely. We were quite happy with it. Yeah, this one can come another inch or three forward.
Scrubbing straight.
I can come a cropper, mate. Just went straight down. Yeah, that looks.
How that goes back in is going to be my bed.
It looks well centered, eh?
Hi, Hilux.
Ooh.
Wheel space is on the back.
Ah, no,
that's hitting the fucking cross member hard as fuck.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible.
Oh, look at the distance to the chassis rail here. Sick. And this coil spring holding the welds well.
Out.
What the fuck?
I can't believe how well this is situated. Bloody marvellous. Like, have a look at this angle just here.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Stoked.
seeing it. I think I was right with the rubber bush here, solid bush in there, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's the winning ticket. There is a little bit of load you can see
Yeah, just on that.
on the single shear up in there, but
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you're not gonna
It's not so bad.
see that one
Yeah.
sitting just a tad higher. But really,
For the amount of force it's got on it. And this, just
that's not okay.
eating it, mate. Just eating.
That's worth a little fucking chop before we go. Because any left hand down's gonna kill that.
Yeah. You have to come right under.
Yeah, that's all single skin there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much the little suspension upgrade done. You can see it's got quite good articulation now. Yeah, you can see Hilux, the dog is standing on the Hilux, and that tray where the dog's standing would be easily 6 feet out off the bottom of that trench, maybe 5 to 6 feet. And those are 36-inch tyres, so they're nothing to sneeze at.
Side missed initially, but once it leveled out, it sat back in.
So now the Hilux was ready to rip, and we were heading off to the Hilux meet just that very weekend out at Genoan.